You just won Olympic gold. You scored the winning goal in the final game, coming off of a injury season. Did you ever dream? I mean, did you dream as a kid of that happening? And tell us what that felt like.
Yeah, I think obviously as a little kid growing up and playing soccer, you always dream of those like big moments of winning an Olympic gold medal, a World Cup. Um, and I think for me, this Olympics and the gold medal like mean a lot. The World Cup is amazing and they mean completely different things for me. I think that after the year that I had, um, for those that don't know, I got injured 3 months before the World Cup last year, and I tore my patellar tendon, and then ended up having like 3 surgeries um, throughout that year. Had an infection, the whole thing. Like it was really really tough. And so yeah, just to be able to kind of like keep pushing through that. That's kind of what I had to do. Like I literally, I was like, okay, I missed the World Cup. I had to accept that early on because you pretty much work your whole life for that one thing. It's not like baseball or football or basketball where like you have the every year to try to do that. Like these things come every 4 years, and obviously we have our league, and that's growing and everything. But we didn't have that when I was growing up. So like for me growing up, it was always like to try and to win a World Cup, a gold medal. And now I'm like, yeah, we definitely can win an NWSL championship. But yeah, so last year missed out on the World Cup 3 months before. Had to just kind of like accept that it happened, and like the reality was I wasn't gonna go. Like it sucked and it was really hard, but I knew that like early on, I knew that God's plan, like this, that was like supposed to happen. And I think when I like accepted that and kind of like shifted my mindset to have that outlook on it, it was actually like a huge blessing for me to be able to miss it. And then not be able to. I didn't want to, but God was like, "What? Let's go this way." So yeah, and then for anyone who's like been injured before, obviously like the injury part, you're coming back, you're like in a bunch of pain, all the stuff. Like it's not fun. Um, but then on top of that, I ended up having an infection in my knee that like I just literally like my body just could not fight, and it like kept fighting, fighting, fighting. Um, and yeah, I think that, so I'm saying all this because when it actually happened, when we actually won a gold medal at the Olympics, because I was like, the goal is to do that, but I was like, who knows if it's actually going to happen because 3 months before the World Cup, I wasn't able to do anything. So I was like, I kind of had that mindset of like, if it happens, it happens. I obviously like worked my ass off to like have that happen. And um yeah, I think that that's why like that gold medal just like means so much because I think it really is. I would say like it's hard work, perseverance, this and that, and like as a team too, we like really came together. But I think for me personally, it like really represents the faith that I had in God's plan and in God. Um, so yeah, I think that that was a very long-winded answer to your question, but had to give a background for everyone who didn't
Well,
know.
it was you wrote a great article. I guess it was a Players Tribune about that. And it was so well written. But you also talked about, I think, because you were left off the 2021 Olympic team, and so not only were you overcoming the injury that you missed the World Cup, you kind of were able to kind of have some satisfaction in coming back full circle from not making the team to being the key player on the team that wins the gold. So what an unbelievable. Uh, I mean, what about a testament to you, but also to God's faithfulness into the whole story.
Yeah, I think that 2021 Obviously COVID happened, all that. I had a little bit of an injury, and honestly, like, I will be the first one to admit, like, I was not playing good. I just like could not overcome whatever slump or whatever, yeah, thing I was in. I just like, and I didn't deserve to be on that team. I think there was other people that deserved to be on that team. And again, like, once I kind of accepted that, there was so much good that came out of that as well.